Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. For those new here, my name's Nikki. I'm a writer and an editor and I post videos here on YouTube about writing, editing, reading and all the other things I love. And that's the latter part is why we're here today, because it's time for another of those top 10 videos. Today we are talking my top 10 operas. I'm a big opera fan. I don't get to go as often as I'd like, but I find the music, the staging, the whole experience wonderful. So here are some of my favourites. At number 10, Carmen by Bizet. It's a fairly classic, obvious choice in many ways. The music's just so beautiful and memorable. You hum along to it, and it's a really nice emotional, and I guess it's one of those shows where you kind of know what you're going to get when you go in, you know, and as long as you've got good performance, it's such an easy work. Number 9, sticking with Bizet actually, for the Pearl Fishers. This perhaps a slightly less obvious choice, but I really love the Pearl Fishers. I find it a really lyrical, beautiful piece, especially that male duet, Au fond de ton plisson, which is absolutely beautiful, gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. Number 8, Verdi, La Traviata. It's the only Verdi on the list, I think. Yes, it is. It is my favourite Verdi. And I think I just love the storyline, which is of course based on the novel by Alexandre Dumas fils. And again, some really memorable arias. Violetta taking 20 odd minutes to die at the end. It's just a real classic from the big romantic operas of that period. Number 7 is Dvorak's Rusalka. This is a mythological based or folklore based piece in many ways, which I love that about the story. But the main attraction with this one is of course the beautiful moon song, Měsíčku na nebi hlubokém, which in English is along the lines of moon in the high heavens or moon high in the sky, however you wish to translate the Czech, however poetic you want to be. Beautiful song. I was actually going to sing this before I left England and moved to Australia. I was in the middle of beginning preparations to take the exam to become a fellow of the Royal Schools of Music, and this was one of the pieces that I was going to be doing for that, which, because I ended up moving country, never happened, but it is an absolutely beautiful song. Number 6, Puccini's La Bohème. Again, a pretty obvious choice in many ways. It's one of the great classics, memorable arias, a great storyline, which of course was then reused later in Rent, the musical as well. Musetta's Waltz, can't beat it. Number 5, I've combined here, I hope you'll allow me, for the Ring Cycle by Wagner. I actually can't pick a favourite between the Ring operas. I love them all, and I think you kind of have to view it as a whole work to really appreciate it. I've never seen it on stage. Unfortunately, they did a staging here in Adelaide, but it was a few years before I moved here, and it hasn't been on since, so I have to wait. Maybe in the future I will get to see the entire thing in a full stage production, but I do love listening to the music. Number 4, sticking with Wagner, Tristan and Isolde. I think it's one of Wagner's best pieces. I love the leitmotifs, the Liebestod chord, and beautiful, beautiful music, so evocative. And we bring us now into the top 3, and it's actually a Mozart trio for the top 3. Mozart is my favourite opera composer, although I'm fond of Wagner, Verdi and the big composers. There's just something about Mozart and that classical era opera where it's engaging and yet understated in some ways. At number 3 is Don Giovanni. I adore Don Giovanni. Beautiful D minor and G minor chords everywhere, love them. Again, some memorable arias, a great storyline and some really good roles for the performers. Number 2, The Marriage of Figaro, so again a very classic choice. I think this was the first opera I actually saw on stage when I first started going to the opera with my father, and it's just such a wonderful classical piece, full of again such wonderful songs. Voi che sapete is one I've sung as well, and it's just one of those that sticks with you and is great, every time you see it. And finally, number 1, The Magic Flute. I adore the Magic Flute. It's one of Mozart's less serious pieces, of course, but I love that joyful exuberance of it, the wonderful mythological plot line, such catchy tunes as well, and the beautiful Queen of the Night aria in particular. So those are my top 10 operas. Are you an opera goer? If so, pop me your favourites in the comments. If you're not, is there something that puts you off watching opera? Or is it something you'd like to do in the future? If so, which ones are you hoping to see? I'll leave there for now, but I look forward to seeing you all again very soon with another vlog. Bye for now, everyone.